Welcome, you beautiful faces. How are we doing? AFL Off-Season Live. We are here. What are we now? Day 4 of the off-season period. Day 3 of trade period. We've had a few trades as well. That's good. Good to see Sean, Kate. We've got Kate making sure you hit the like button. Make sure you do that. Says Brett, good day to you, mate. Nice to see you here, mate. And James, how are we? I'll let you all filter through. I've gone a little bit early because you know what they say? Early in, efficiently out. Chills, good day, mate. How are you? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. What do you think then? Day 4. It's AFL extravaganza. Very exciting, isn't it? Hey, James, mate. Mate, send me an email if you are looking for work. I'll hook you up and tee you up with one of my mates in the finance game, if that's something that's interested you. Jamie B, how are you, brethren? Hope we're doing well. Herney, you're killing you, mate. Sending my love, sending all the healing. Angus, how you doing? Hey, it wasn't the most eventful day, but I've seen least eventful days. Judy, my main man, how are you, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Callie, welcome. Let's crack in, right? So we'll start with the first trade that went down. Good day, Lou. How are you, mate? First trade that went down. So this one's a really interesting one. If we check your analysis, 55% of you voting said the Eagles won this. Lions 22. Dockers only 3%. Break even for got 20%. Eagles giving up 16, 22 and 33. Receiving 12, 52 and 33. G'day, Edwina. So remember that needs to be changed. 33. Fremantle 12, 33, 44 and 50 given up. 19, 23 and 46. Always a good way to start your Wednesday, a three-way says. Gotta say, I'm glad you're getting involved in the banter. Starcevic 1946-52 for the Lions, and obviously 16 and 22-43 coming back. Very interesting, this one, because I think last night when we had so much indecision, I really hated this for the Eagles. Now I've seen it in the cold day of light. I can see what the Eagles are trying to do. Obviously, the big risk factor associated with this one, isn't it, is Starcevic's head concussion injuries. If they can get the full 6 years out of him with what they've got, they are going to look really, really good. I think they're going to be primed for a big move in the off-season, personally. Obviously, they did a buy now, pay later. Fremantle did. They went and got Judd McVeigh, who we will talk about in a minute. They went out and got him there. Brisbane, obviously, simple. Danny Annabelle comes in. That's a huge result for them. They get the other players. Thank you very much, Blue Bagger. Wayne, Teresa, how you doing? But this is going to be a fascinating one. So let's look at the main man, the main culprit in this deal. And that is Brandon Starcevic. 26 years old, so he'll be 32 should he hit all the triggers in his contract. Very solid year for Brandon. And I think the big thing for Brandon, we talked about this yesterday, I think this is a culture recruitment for the Eagles. This is definitely where you want these types of players. He's going to set a standard. He's going to set an idea. He's going to give that, just that rise, that lift. And you know what? I am a sentimental being, believe it or not often. But there is something quite romantic, don't you think, by pick one, a guy that is coming from the number one side in the AFL, going to the 18th. I think that's fantastic for AFL. Like, that is kind of what we want the trade period to be. A top-level team losing talent to the worst side in the league. So hopefully Brandon can go. Hopefully Brandon can go really well. I really hope he does it. I mean, that's the big one. Good day, Anthony. Good day, Matt. That's the big one, isn't it? Says, if he can hold up, if they can get 6 years out of Brandon, they have done really well. And we'll come up onto him there. Hugh, incredible harsh on my boy Flanders. Well, I'll try and sell him to you. I'll try and sell him to you when we get onto him. But Brandon, good deal. It goes in, and he is Teresa. I really like this deal. So let's have a look what they're going for, because there was another deal as well from the mob down west, right? And the mob down west also got in Oscar Allen, right? They also got in Oscar Allen leaving, Pig 2 coming across for them, right? Pig 2 coming across to Eagles. So Eagles have obviously had a huge injection of talent, and Brisbane again proving they are the most efficiently run off-field team and on-field team. G'day, Fred. How are you, mate? Good day. How are you doing? I love it. Rift, we'll come on to that. I've got some ideas coming up for you. So this is going to be fascinating. But I really like this one. Look, this one evidently is going to be the AFL he's going to change Band 1 compensation, which is fascinating. So this might be the last deal we ever get like this. Conspiracy theory, and a few of you touched on it last night. How much do you think of this did Brisbane influence the previous deal for Starcevic, right? How much do you reckon that influenced it, them maybe changing the contract offer? Hey, much love, coaches panel. I love you. Look, we're going to have to catch up for a beer in the off-season, you and I. But I really like this one. I mean, I actually think this is... I think this makes the Brandon Starcevic deal even better. Even better when you have this as it. Because it's a free hit. It's a free hit of compensation, right? So here is Oscar Allen. I really like this deal. Oscar Allen, for me, strikes me as a clear upgrade on Hipwood, a downgrade on Danaher, but they did win the flag without it. So it's going to be fascinating, this, but solid numbers this year, if not spectacular. He's definitely the type of player that Brisbane take under their wing, and bang, he becomes a good player. He's definitely a 40-goal-a-year player in the right system, bare minimum. So I'm really excited about seeing what Oscar Allen does. I think it's a big loss, but again, I always stand by this. I don't think you can keep a player at the club who's not invested. Eagles deserve a lot of respect internally. Having a player like this around there is a bit of a dickhead, to be honest. So Brisbane, they're going to make him a superstar. They get compensated quite well, I think. People talking about TDK and this compensation. Again, this is where the flaw in the AFL system is. Remember, it's based not on the player's talent. It's based on your ladder position as the primary driver of compensation. So it's hard to do it. But it's going to be fascinating, this, because I think Oscar Allen is a really, really solid little pickup for them. I really like this. I think it'd be hard to back against the Lions going back to back to back to back, isn't it? Spot on, Cracker. I think he's more than that. I've tried to be very prudent with it. But Blue Bagger, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? But this just shows you, with me, I'm not the kind of person that gets envious with Brisbane and Geelong. I'm more impressed that they keep doing it. And you know what? I think I speak for all of us in chat. If you're not a Brisbane fan, I wish our teams were as efficient as this. Thank you very much, Brandon. I really appreciate you, mate. G'day, Joe. How are you, my friend? Fantastic pickup for them. But let's have a look at this team. Let's have a look. So this is their draft hand. This is their draft hand at the minute, right? Going into the draft, right? As it stands today. They've got some really tasty picks. Now, I think there's a lot of options available to them with this. There's a lot of options available to this with what Eagles do. There's a lot of talk of them trading pick 1, which you can understand. They could really go for a Richmond in this draft and hit this draft harder than I hit a kebab 330 coming out of Rebs when I was 21. But 1, 2, 13, 34, 38, 53, and 58. They have the 4 additional rookie spots. So that's about 7,200 worth of points. That's a lot of points, man. They've got a lot of work to do. They've got some really talented young kids as well. Wes Wally is one of my favourites in there. Banfield is chipper as well. There's some real good talent there that I think they're going to get. I think these guys are going to move. I don't think they will be there. Pies Footy, mate, no fucking about from me, mate. But as you can see, they've got 8 list spots to fill on their senior list. They could fill another 4, another 6 on the rookie A should they want. Rookie B, they are full out. But this is really interesting. So I've got a few trade scenarios for you, right? Get this in your Gregory Peck, right? What do you think about this, chat? What do you think about this, right? Pick 1 and 33, 5, 6, 21. What do you think? Let that settle, right? You might argue that there might be some little swings and fences, right? Swings and fences. There might be some things, but just on face value, now this is my reasoning. Some of you may come out and say, Pom, that's 3 picks for pick 1, right? I've got a caveat to sell it on both sides. For me, Will Dersma is the surest thing in this draft. Is the surest thing in that draft, right? And Essendon really want him, right? Essendon really want him. I don't want the Eagles to sell massively pick 1 at unders, right? 5, 6, 21 give Eagles a massive chance. At number 2, they take the next best available. Now, if it was me picking, I think Dyson Sharp is the surest thing in this draft. The surest thing in this draft. I don't know what way they'll go because people still froth Cooper Duff Tytler. You know me, I'm not a big fan. I'm more Willem and Mr. Dyson, right? But 5 and 6 and 21 make really, really good, right? Really good, right, players, I think. So I can tell you that, right? So if we did 5, 6, 5, 6, and 21, right? And 1 and 33, right? So it's a shortfall of 700 points, right? It's a shortfall of 700 points. But I think you pay a premium for pick 1. I think you pay a premium for pick 1, also knowing that 5, 6 will become 8 and 10, 8 and 7, 8 and 11. They'll go down, right? They'll go down. Thank you very much, Dorical, right? I think they could, Alex, but why? For me, this is where I want Eagles to be firm. If they do a deal on 2 and saying pick 1, we're not taking Willem Dersma, why would you do it? Why would you sell it at less? I agree, Angus, it's a lot of money, and I reckon that there may be a future second coming back. Would you accept that? So what about if we change that to make that a little bit happier, right? And we said that that was a future second, right? Future second, 26, right? What about that? Right? Look, yeah, look. Pom on the fly. I hear you. I'll make it a little bit better. Here's my next offer. Here's my next Pom offer. Right? Next Pom offer. Right? Here's my next Pom offer. Right? What about if I change it and it looks like this? Right? Bear with me. Ready? Dud, 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 dud. What about that? What about that? What about that? Because I think you've got to play a premium. Future second, I don't think Eagles, if they do this draft right, will be going to the draft hard next year. Now, if they really want pick 1, what do you think? Because I hear the Roby talk, but I don't think Roby is a top 10 pick. Maybe I'm clueless, but I think that's a hype train. A hype train. So what do you think, right? What would you do here? If that's their Eagles' point of view, I'm doing that if I'm the Eagles. But I think you've got to pay a premium for the most surest thing in the draft. If you're an Eagle, you're saying no. I hear you, Shane, but for me, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? In my opinion, why would you do it? Is my opinion. Why would you let someone take pick 1? Because Dersma's amazing. Dersma's amazing. Angus, really? Because then you see, so Matt, you're an Eagle, mate. Would you rather take 1 and 2? Because if you watched my show yesterday, I was huge. 1 and 2, I'd take it in this draft. Because I'd take Dersma and Sharp, 1 and 2, and I've built a midfield for a dynasty. But what would you want for pick 1, Matt? I'd love your opinion, mate, with you being an Eagle. So I think personally, if I'm going to trade down, I want overpaying. I want as many bites at the cherry as I can have, right? So let's see if this tickles your pink, right? Tickles your pink, right? So under that synopsis, right, let's say this trade was done. Dyson Sharp pick 2, and I don't care what anyone says, Cooper Duff Tytler. Dyson Sharp, William Dersma, top players, right? Sam Cumming, brilliant. I am a huge Josh Lindsay boy because that guy hits targets like it's going out of fashion. Like that guy is more accurate with his foot than that sniper in that movie in Stalingrad. Like this guy hits targets with his eyes shut. Then I've put Sullivan Roby, 13. And then I've gone Archie Ludwig, pick 21. So what do you think about that draft, Arsenal? Because that would be 1 and 2, Sharp Dersma. Juddy, very similar to last year, with Murphy Reed, who, when I did the draft, I said that I think he's rising star. When you're consistent in the AFL draft, no one likes you. No one likes you. MF, you see, that's why I'd keep it, because I think Willem Dersma's a model professional. I think 1 and 2. 1 and 2, I'd do it. Yeah, but Kai, you see, I don't think Cooper Duff Tytler is a solid ruck option long term. I think he's a bit later. I genuinely do. So I just think Dyson Sharp, Sam Cumming, next to Harley Reid, world class. Josh Lindsay coming in off halfback, another level. Sullivan Roby, I'd take the punt with these picks. And then 21, Archie Ludwig, I think is as solid as a rock. So if you can do that trade, because otherwise that's William Dersma and Dyson Sharp, which is brilliant in itself. But I just don't do it. I'm not a big fan. But that's what you could get. So let me know what you think. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. I agree, but I think the rucks, you want my opinion, I think Zach McCarthy, Collingwood, NGA is the best ruck in this draft class. And I don't even think it's close, honestly. Doverston, mate, Harley Barker, you're talking my language. You know what? Harley Barker was nearly my pick 21, but I thought someone was going to cry. I thought someone was going to cry and go, oh, but he's injured all year. And I'm like, Xavier Taylor, I see. You're really big on Roby. You know what? Fair play. Look, I'm always dubious on the last couple, but that's what they could get. So I think they're in a real strong position. Really strong position. The other deal that went through was Judas McVeigh, 23. Judd McVeigh and 23. Great Scottish name, right? Great Scottish name. I like a man that's got 2 surnames. You don't often see that in the world. Don't often see that in the world, do you? 2 surnames. But he has got it. And the Judosaurus Rex, as we're christening him here, he went there for pick 23. Great deal by Fremantle. You know what turns me on about Fremantle is I like the deals where you do a deal and then use the change to buy someone. So I'm a huge fan of this. This really suits what Fremantle want. Falls short for where you want. I really like it. Where does Roby fall short? I just think he's had a stellar couple of months. And I think I'm taking him in the teens, not taking him in the top 10. I'm not taking him in the top 10. I think it's a huge risk, in my opinion. If it works, it looks good. But you know what's going to happen. If that guy doesn't turn into a top 10 talent, it's ludicrous. If you've got multiple picks in the top 10, okay. If you've got one bite at the apple cart, mental. But I really like this one. I said it in my video, which absolutely tanked, because evidently if you do Fremantle content, no one cares, which disappoints me, because I like Fremantle. But Jordan Clark, I think exactly what coach's panel says. I think that frees him up. I also think they've got the reliability. He's very good on the ball. He's very good on the ground level. He's very solid, that type of player. And he's a very proficient user of the football. So I think all round this makes them a better side. Also, the fact that Hayden Young was their key injection a couple of years ago off half-back. He's now a midfielder. I think everything is coming up Millhouse. And we've seen how hard that transition is when Nick Dacos left half-back to go on the ball. It was very hard for them to replicate that until they went out and got players in. So I think this is, with Fremantle, is a great little acquisition. I am super excited about seeing Judd McVeigh. I'm with you, Tatum. I think they're going to be one of the big risers next year. This is a really solid trade. I really get turned on by these weird trades. NB likes the fact to say world class, mate. You can't take the soccer out of me, mate. But I think they're in a really good position, yeah? 24, 28, 42, 61, and 66. Right? That is really good. So 24, 28, 42, 61, and 66. They've got 33 players on their list spots, 3 rookie A's, 2 rookie B's, right? They've got a really good position. Now, the one issue I have with Melbourne's list at the minute is a lot of this is dependent on Petrarca and Oliver leaving, because that makes that draft hand better. But these are really good building blocks for what you want. And I like the fact that they're really going hard. I think they will trade up. I think they're going to be a little bit of the thing. What do I think about Oscar Taylor? I am surprised he's not talked about enough. We'll do a bit of draft content if you want at the end. MF, stay tuned. We'll do it. But I really like it. So what I've done is I've gone out and played a little bit of a game, right? So you guys and girls like trades. What about this? What about this? Petrarca 24 and 28, which gives Gold Coast points, 7 future first next year for Petrarca. Talk to me about that. Because I hate doing these, because you always convince yourself you're a genius. So I want to make sure I'm either an idiot or a genius from that. Andrew, thank you, mate. Thank you for your kind words. Right? I've tried to look at this objectively. I agree with you, Alex. I think they'd want players, but the issue is I don't think they've got the players. I don't think Gold Coast seem to be selling all the players that they'd want to other clubs. So Petrarca 24 and 28, it gives Gold Coast a little bit of work to do. They're going to have to pay, though. And pick 7 puts them in the purview, I think. It puts them in. S&M 6 and 7, you see, I think the big issue for Gold Coast with that is the points, and we'll come on to that a bit later. But Zeke Hewland's got to be a bid in the first 2. See, that's interesting, Juddy. I did think of that as well, but he's definitely the type of player. But this, I think this is maybe the kind of thing. D still wants 7 and 18. So 7 and 18, I mean, that could be interesting if they do that. But I think this is quite a strong trade. I'd do this. I'd do this if I was Suns. And I think it's fair for Gold Coast. What I don't want to see Melbourne do is Melbourne accept futures and allow them to get Zeke Hewland. Spot on, Colin. I also think they're going to, because it's going to be fascinating, because I don't think Gold Coast can do it. I don't think Gold Coast can do it. I don't think Gold Coast can match all their players. Thank you very much, MDR. So, I mean, that's it. I mean, if that's a stupid trade, it's a stupid trade. I apologise. So, but they did get a pick in. They did get a pick in. I actually think it's going to be a dead weight. Tatum, I actually think it's going to be, I think that deal of Jamara Ulgohagen is going to make us all vomit. I'm going to predict that'll be something like a swap of seconds. A swap of seconds. That'll be absolute vomit. Spot on, Tom. They've got some good ones, but I think they're going to have to do it because we'll come on to the draft a bit later. They've got a lot of players that I think will be taken. I think 5 of them will be taken inside the first 40. So that's going to be it. So St Kilda, they did some business. 7, it now became 8. Sam Flanders comes in. Now, I want to caveat this deal, right? My main man, you were all a little bit, he was a little bit upset about Sam Flanders. He gave a bit of Slam Flanders slander, right? Called him a soy boy. You can't do my Flanders like that, mate. Flanders is my boy. But I appreciate it. Now, I look at Sam Flanders and I think Sam Flanders is an absolute quality player. Quality player. I do rate the fact that I think St Kilda on face value have overpaid. And I agree with you, Alex. I think Gold Coast probably went, Sam, start the car, right? But I like the fact they did it. Do you know what I mean? I like the fact they had the balls to do this because I think Sam Flanders, remember what I said last week about players that I don't think would be better in other systems? I think Sam Flanders will be absolutely A grade. Like, go back a couple of years, Sam Flanders was in another planet. Quality S&M. In 2024, this guy was all Australian at points. I think he is going to be a superstar. And I think pairing him with Mateus Philippou, I've got to give St Kilda this. I've got to give St Kilda this. I think they have absolutely nailed it. And Alex, I actually think what they're going to do is I think they're going to float loads of players off halfback and on the ball, you know, to try and mirror what Adelaide GWS do, where it's almost like a conveyor belt. I'm going to go on record now. St Kilda will be a top 8 side next year. Top 8 side. I hate to say it as well, because there is part of me that is a Carlton fan that cries when other teams do business. Looking at their makeup, this is Ross will get sacked if they're not top 8. Flanders, mate. Flanders, poor, nasty Corning. Oh, mate. I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited about watching St Kilda next year. I hate to say it. Do not send it to Jake. Do not send it to Jake. But here is Sammy Flea. Look at him. Very down year. Very down year. But very good. Very good. What do you reckon Jake Rogers is worth to you, Matt Champion? I think they need picks, and I'll tell you for why when we get to the end of the show. But I actually reckon pick 23 gets change. I reckon the JSOS pick gets change from Gold Coast. But it's an average year from Sam Flanders. 2024, though, when this guy's the star, he's going to be a good player. He's tasty. He's tasty. I'm sick of Saints signing players that I actually froth. Other news, Justin. Other news, Kelly, he's going to miss most of 2026. He's having serious hip surgery and he's going to miss. But that opens the door for Clayton Oliver. Clayton Oliver, it was reported just before we went live that the AFL expect Clayton Oliver to nominate GWS. He is absolutely a dynamo. An absolute dynamo. Now, I want to have a humble brag moment. I don't often humble brag, but go back and watch when this was a trade rumour and there was only two players. There was only two players involved, two teams involved in Clayton Oliver. I said, watch out for GWS. Now, I think what this does, and I agree with you, total different player, Angus, but when I look at GWS, their midfield makeup, I find it lightweight. And I think that's what they really fuck up with. Clayton Oliver coming in frees up Tom Green to be more Tom Greeny. I think he is, at the minute, stereotyped as a big thug. Add Clayton Oliver in there, that frees him up. Looking at the midfield around them, this guy just handballing to players like Darcy Jones, forget about it. They're going to be a solid, solid team. Like, I know I like to take the piss out of GWS and call them frauds. They're the real deal with Clary. They're the real deal. So interesting. What do you think it is? Be like the special one. I am not one add to the bottle. This is fascinating. You know what, Angus? I think this is going to be fucking cheap. I actually reckon this is going to be disgustingly cheap. Disgustingly cheap. I think it could be one of them lates. One of them late picks that makes you go. But what an acquisition. What an acquisition for GWS. Suddenly I'm taking GWS serious. I'm waiting for Carlton to do something because everyone's getting better. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. We saw right there. I've got Chesh coming in. The cam dog. The cam dog, right? So, right, that is that. So what I wanted to do next is, if I move you beautiful people over here so I can see you, right? And then I find my book. Gotta love a bit of pom, a northern pom. You don't often see that in today's generation, unfortunately. Not many people still speak like I do with a horrible command of the English language. Right, let's see if I can present this to you guys. Right, so what we can do here is we can have a little bit of a game. Right, here we are. You want a dopamine hit for Carlton? A dopamine hit. Boku Kamis. Kind of sounds like blue. Dopamine hit for you. Dopamine hit. Is that good enough? Is that good enough? Sorry, right. So let's play a little game if the draft was today. Pick one. Are we all in agreement? Are we all in agreement? It is William Dersmer. Cowan has a nice jumper. See, there you are. Look, Alex, good on you, mate. So look, Will Dersmer here, right? Are we going to agree on that? Dersmer? And then pick two, are we going to say GWS surely at this stage bid on him, don't they? Surely they bid on him, don't they? Okay, so we're going to say bid Zeke Hewland, right? So look at this. We'll play a little game. So 2-2-3 to match. So that's that. That's that. Go away. So that's that. And then if we play that minus that, should be about 753. Okay, so Zeke Hewland. Zeke Hewland. Move all these back. Zeke Hewland, and then 753. Gold Coast get the change. There, right, okay. Pick three. I look like a boundary umpire, thank you. Right, so what are we going to say here? Who are they taking pick three? I'm going to put in a vote here that they bid on Danny Annabelle. I think they bid on Danny Annabelle. What are you saying, chat? This is your draft window. Your draft window. You see, Alex, I think Annabelle is quietly better than Zeke Hewland, in my opinion. I'm a big Danny Annabelle. Okay, bid. Right, let's do it. Bit of maths. Okay, so this time they've got to find that bid, which is that. Brisbane, 924 and 653, which means that they get 383 change. 383 change. So we'll move that down. And we move that down. And then Danny Annabelle comes across. Cheers, Matt. I love you, buddy. And then they go up to here. And then 383 change is just here. Who are we going for here? Oh, they are. Sorry. Good call. I misread 383. Let's go back. Let's go back. Looking back. So 924, 653, 653, and 167. 167, 317. So 317. Okay, so they'll lose all these picks. Good spot that, mate. I appreciate you. Kill Brisbane's pick there. Excelente. So Danny Annabelle. Danny Annabelle. I'm very well, mate. I'm very well. Right. Okay. So who are West Coast picking here, chat? Who are West Coast picking here? Who are West Coast picking here? Let me know who you think. CDT? CDT? Latrell. Can you imagine Latrell at this pick? Let's make that bigger for you so you can see it. Okay, so we're going to go... You see, I think Sharp. CDT. Oh, look, I'm going to go with Mickey because Mickey's the main man. You know what? We might be able to do that if Pom's not stupid. Be careful because sometimes Pom can be, right? Pom can be. See, I'm Team Sharp. I can't believe Sharp's fallen. I think people need to be arrested for making my mate Sharp fall. Here we are. Paul inbound. Paul inbound. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute. Pick 3. Pick 4. There you are. Pick 4. You see, I think Dyson. You see, I can see. You see, I think logically it is CDT. I hate to be that guy. I don't pick it. So it could be the AFL. This. I love you, Teresa. I love you. Let's see where the poll's at. Sharps on a staggering. You know what? Sharps winning this poll, chat. Sharps winning this poll. 27 votes, and he's killing it, chat. Absolutely killing it. Oh, CDT's coming in. I'll give you 20 more seconds. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. You know what? I think it should be Sharp. I think Dyson Sharp is incredibly underrated. Okay. 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 In he comes. Dyson Sharp. Right. So, where are we here? Thank you, Mike. Tell him I love him too. Thank you for the $2. You nearly got me again. I actually think about that. Alex, you see, that's a great question. That's why we're doing it. They've still got picks, but remember their picks were worthless. So what would happen under this situation is say that they had 5 list spots. That's what would happen. The AFL would give them change of the list spots they need to pick. To answer your question, we're just playing around with what we've got here. So Richmond, pick 4. Richmond, would we say this is CDT at this point? A bid? You want a bid on Parson? A bid on Parson? Would you say CDT? I think Sam Cumming is definitely in the conversation at Richmond. I think Sam Cumming is definitely there at Richmond if he at this situation. I like Lindsay as well. Craig David's stupid. Craig David. Roby, CDT or Cummins. Bid Pattinson. Let's do a bid on Patterson. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Right, okay. So they are on the clock and they currently need that many points. So they will get change. Remember, they will get change. So let's move everyone up. So this is how it gets complicated. You see, some of these will start. This is how it always works. 237 is here. Hey, I like it when the maths makes it kind of easy. Okay, so Dylan Patterson is... Yeah, what I need to do. Change that. Okay, so Dylan Patterson is there. And then are we going Roby? We're going CDT and Sam Cumming. Hey, mate, I'll go for a beer with all of you. CDT and Grills. Ooh, are you a big fan of Sam Grill? I think I can see it. I can see it. Okay, so you all want CDT here. And Sam Cumming. Okay, right. So Essendon, where are we going here? So just so you know, on my rankings. So do you want Sam Cumming or do you want CDT and Grills? You want Sam? Okay. You know what? You guys are the boss. Okay, so Essendon. Surely Essendon here. You see, I'm with Angus. Josh Lindsay has got to be up there. And Roby, you guys are obsessed with. So bids that we've got coming up. Harry Dean, Bo Adamso could be in the conversation. I don't think anyone will bid on Harry Dean, if we're honest. Taylor and Roby. So would you pass up? Would you pass up? Would you really pass up? We've got CDT. He's off the board, says. Would you pass up Sam Cumming? I'm with you, Judy. Would you really pass up, chat? You're telling me Essendon would pass up Sam Cumming? Taylor and Lindsay. You see, I think they take one off. Dwayne Johnson. Xavier Taylor and Roby. Taylor and Roby. Okay. tell you what, the fact you're passing up Sam Cumming. You see, I'm with you. You see, look, Tatum. We're a democracy here. We're a democracy, but okay. So you're gonna go Xavier. There you are. There you are. The best players on this board are my pick 4, Sam Cumming. Hawthorn surely takes Sam Cumming here or Josh Lindsay. Well, I think you'll find Roby in his future will become like a midfield forward. Sam Cumming to Hawks. If Hawthorn gets Sam Cumming, genuinely, chat, I'm quitting. I'm like genuinely that. Okay, can I take my boy Josh Lindsay here? Can I get Josh Lindsay here? Fuck, let's go. I'm so excited, chat. Chat, you've made my year. You know, like this. There he is. Like that. The best kick in the draft is at Carlton. Chat, I love you. You're my favourite. Just to catch you up, mate. To catch you up on that trade, here you are. That was the deal. Pom, piss off. That was the deal, mate. That's what you missed. There you are, my friend. See? Try and help you out, mate. Try and help you out as best I can. Which book was I on? There you are. Right. Debbie, hey, look, I'm so happy. No, look, I want Doveston, but I'm taking Lindsay. I'm taking Lindsay all day. Okay, right. Sydney, they will bid on Harry Dean. Because they do like key defenders. Right, let's kill that. Right, so Carlton will use 721 2. So they need 48 points. Okay, there we are. Carlton match the Harry Dean bid. They match the Harry Dean bid. Just so everyone knows, I didn't at all manipulate this, right? So there we are. Let's put that there. Carlton. Let's just keep this so we know. Right, there we are. Hey, I'm looking forward to this. So Carlton would lose that pick. Carlton would lose that pick. And then Carlton gain 23 points, which is here. And also, for the sake of obviousness, Carlton would get a change at the end of the round. Okay, there we are. Can I just say, this is it? Yeah, Brisbane. Oh, yeah, thank you. You're amazing. There we are. Okay, right. So Sydney are on the clock. So players that are left to bid, chat. Players that are left to bid on this. The next bid is Max King by my rankings, or Bo Adensall. Aidan Sherbert is the next best player on my list. Would we agree, Aidan Sherbert? Okay. So Aidan Sherbert is there. Aidan Sherbert is there. Western Bulldogs on the clock now. So for those of you at home wondering, we've got Ollie Greaves, Mitch Marsh, Lockie Doverston, Jacob Farrow, Jevon Phillippo, Noah, Oscar Taylor, Max King, Archie Ludowick, Harley Barker. Farrow, I think that's a great shout, mate. I'm with you there. He would be. He would be. Doverston is literally a Dogs player, isn't he? Mitch Marsh, I could see it. Third tall option. Hey, can you imagine it? Doverston, you're going to go Doverston. They do like a small forward. They do like a small forward. I would say, though, halfback is probably a bigger list hole. But Doverston, there is 0.20 in my algorithm separating them. You see, I agree. I just think they've got young smalls. I think Farrow's the man. You know what? I'm going to make an executive decision because it makes it harder when we get to the later bids. We're going to go Jacob Farrow. Okay, Eagles on the clock. Right, now Eagles, remember, in this scenario, the Eagles have done well, right? The Eagles have done well, right? So we'll put, so that was West Coast. That was West Coast. Then that was Essendon. Let's do this so we can catch up. All right, Essendon. And then, oh, wait, that was Essendon, wasn't it? Who was that? That was Richmond, wasn't it? Richmond. I need a Richmond colour. That was Richmond. If we keep, you see, look, if we keep up with this, Gold Coast, Annabelle, Carlton. What mistake have I made there? West Coast. Gold Coast, West. Oh, there we are. West Coast. Richmond. Essendon. Oh, Hawthorn. Okay, right. And then we had what? That was Sydney and the Dogs, wasn't it? Sydney and the Dogs. Give me a sec to catch up, chat. Sydney, Dogs. Right, there we are. West Coast take March. Let's just clear that rule. Right, okay, so Marsh. You see, I think this would be a great get. A great get for them. I love it. Right, okay, Mitch Marsh. Right. Pressed the wrong one there. Right, there we are. Mitch Marsh. Okay, so GWS. Where are we going here? Right, so GWS, you'd imagine under this scenario, remember, they haven't taken the boy. But what would you think? Would they go Ollie Greaves? Yeah, you see, would they go Olive Greaves without him? Would they go Doverston? I can't believe Doverston's not gone yet. Greaves, Doverston, where are we, chat? Yeah, remember under this scenario as well, they haven't got him. Doveston, it is the most pick ever of them. Okay, Adelaide. Do they go Philippo? See, I think Philippo. Bid on Swede. You see, I think Fremantle might do. I think Fremantle bid on him just before Essendon. Geelong have got a history of doing it. Adelaide genuinely don't bid, do they? Adelaide genuinely don't bid historically. They're a pretty good side. Okay, let's say Geelong bid on Swede. So here we are, 7.52. Right. Straight away, they get him. So Adam Swede, where is he? I just had it. Oh, put him there, didn't I? Right, they get the first points bid. She's all the way down here. Yeah. Okay, right. What do you reckon? So here we are. Geelong on the clock. I think they would do. I don't think you'll have that pick during. Adam Swede is incredibly good. Do you reckon Geelong double bid? Geelong have got a history of double bidding. Remember that, chat. Remember, Geelong love a double bid. All right? They love a double bid. Thread gold to Geelong. Do you think he gets is this early? Do you reckon they double bid? I reckon they'll double bid. Greaves to Cats. That's the kind of player they turn into a real good player. I think Noah Hibbins-Hargraves is that guy, though, that they would look at. Okay, so Gold Coast now have to match. Right, let's go. 7.16. Let's bring that over here so we can play with it a bit better. 7.16 is the match. 7.16, right, and then Geelong are going to have to use 30, that's what, 6.39, 7.73, so they get 57 back. Look at this. We'll just do the first round, chat, so we get a good indication. Because looking at this, they are in a little bit of trouble now. Okay, right. So, are we going Ollie Greaves? You see, I think Noah Hibbins-Hargraves. Greaves. Oh, let's go. Okay, let's go big no. I've got a feeling that he slides. I've got a feeling he slides. Fremantle on the clock. Do you reckon they go Harley Barker? So currently, players available: Ollie Greaves, Oscar Taylor, Max King, Archie Ludowick, Harley Barker, Jack Dalton. What do we think? Because the last pick will be what? Brisbane, who's gone. So yeah, we'll go to the North Melbourne. We'll go to North Melbourne. Barker. You know what? Greaves would make sense here. I reckon in a real draft, this would be traded. Oh, cheers, my lovely. I'm glad you're here. We need this. It would be a good fit. I think it's still early. I think he should be around the 30s, Threadgood, but I know he's going up the rankings. Greaves. Okay, we'll throw Greaves in. You know what? That would be the most Fremantle thing ever. Okay. Now, where do you think here? Oscar Taylor, Melbourne. So you think Melbourne is selling everyone, right? I reckon Harley Barker's a great shout here. Matty Laray's a great shout. Ludovic could be one of their shouts, but to work with Myercheck, Oscar Taylor, if they want that. Jack Dalton, don't mind that as well. What do you think from here? Oscar Taylor? I like Harley Barker too. You still think? I mean, look, I don't think Melbourne would go for a key position player here. Bid on King, they could do. If they bid on King, though, I would suggest that they're going after Ludovic. So if you want to play that game, let's play that game, right? Let's play that game. 6-17, right? So 6-17. So Sydney basically from this position now go into deficit by 163, right? Which is easily done. Right, easily done. Right, and then what? We're going Archie. Archie is going to Melbourne. And then surely here, can you imagine this? Just look at this here. Can you imagine North Melbourne doing that? Look at that. Imagine if North Melbourne did this. North Melbourne, honestly, win the draft period if that's their two selections. So there we are, look. This is our mock draft based on today. Dersma 1, Zeke Hewland bid match, Danny Annabelle, right? Dyson Sharp to Brisbane. I mean, Dyson Sharp to the Eagles. So Eagles' first two picks, Dersma, Sharp. Dylan Patterson, Gold Coast match. Richmond end up with Sam Grill and Cooper Duff-Tytler. Xavier Taylor, Sullivan Roby join Essendon. Sam Cumming goes to Hawthorn. Pom Lindsay and Harry Dean. Oh, scenes. Aidan Schober, Jacob Farrow, Mitch Marsh. Tell you what, Eagles, this is really good. It is going to be so far off, but it's good value. Can I just say, if we get Josh Lindsay, I will fucking do the draft stream naked. Can I just say, if North Melbourne end up with Harley Barker and Oscar Taylor, that's an A, isn't it, chat? That's an A. Well, chat, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you very much for sticking around with me. I had a lot of fun today. 100% I promise. I'll do the fucking draft rundown naked. Draft rundown naked if I get Josh Lindsay. Chat, thank you very much, everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe. Please go and watch the content that I've put out recently. Loads of in-depth stuff. Thank you very much for hanging with me. It's my favorite time of the night. I'm going to miss doing this every night. We've got 2 more lives this week, Thursday and Friday, weekend off. Then Monday, we are back. Well, you'll just see me naked like this. So you won't see the bottom. You never see the bottom half. I could have no legs. You just don't know. You just think I've got legs. Thank you very much, chat. Love you all to pieces. See you tomorrow. See you soon. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.